Welcome to Avian Origins, a journey where we create an original anime world and infuse storytelling and style to create one-of-a-kind clothing brand. My name's Fletch Ferguson.
What's up, Fletch? My name is Christian Ferguson.
What's up, Christian?
welcome to the episode, dude. We're two brothers. We're two brothers with a dream. Oh, jeez. We're creating an original anime clothing brand based off of an original anime world. If you guys like Demon Slayer, My Hero, Naruto, any anime, we're taking all those, our favorite parts of each of those, and creating our own world. And we're basing it off of an avian theme. So all the people, all the beings are avian, so half human, half bird, and they just awesome. They're really sick. We're creating designs, and yeah, we didn't get done creating the logo yet for the brand. I'm still working on that right now, but since we kind of worked on that the past couple episodes of Avian Origins, we're gonna kind of work on that a little bit in the background. Once we get some options up, we're gonna throw them on Insta and have you guys vote for them and kind of tell us what you think. But
we have a good idea of what it should look like. We just gotta iron out the fine detail at this point.
Yeah, we're out here ironing, making sure those rinks. Oh, Fletcher's ironing the violin. Gotta make sure those wrinkles are all out. And so, Fletch,
make sure those wrinkles are finely tuned.
Yeah, make sure all these wrinkles are no longer untuned. So, Fletch, what the heck are we talking about today, dude?
Well,
because we don't know. I'm just throwing it to Fletcher to see what happens.
Well, I think.
Tell me what you think.
So, to be fully transparent with you guys, to inspire us on this journey, I originally created 5 ninja half human, half bird characters that just look super sick. And they all have like their own names, but I never associated them to any clans or classes or regions.
Just like you made these designs when we were still just like making our current clothing brand. We just like, dude, let's just like throw these up under our current clothing brand. Like, just so cool. We just came up with like just avian ninjas, like without having anything that we have currently for the new avian created.
Mm-hmm. And I showed like 10, 15 people these designs, dude, and they're like, this is what we want to see on Avian, dude. This is like, this new approach is super sick. I think ultimately, like, we would thrive off of making cool characters like this. And so, open up OneDrive, bud. See if they're in there cooking.
Where are they at? What would the folder be under?
It's in logos.
Okay.
There they are. Okay.
Wait, what? Why is it opening up in Lightroom? Did you take live pictures?
I don't know.
I think these are live pics, bud. I'm gonna cancel out of here. I don't want them to open up as live pics. I'm lagging. That's the only one that's like that. Okay.
Okay.
I. So, guys, not gonna lie, these are sick, right? Like when Fletcher made these, this was when we first started dabbling in MJ, and like at the time, I was like in the middle of a move, and I was planning an engagement, a proposal. I mean, like I just didn't have the time, nor energy, nor effort, nor money, nor nothing. I was out here just trying to survive, and Fletcher's out here trying to help us thrive. And so he created how many? 5 of them. 3, 4, 5. So, what do you remember the code names, bud? Like what we called each of these?
So the first one, starting with the purple guy, his name was Ravenblade.
Raven Blade, okay. And then, what's this one?
This guy's name is Sparrow Strike.
Sparrow Strike. Okay, so like let's try to describe these here. So like Raven Blade. So the thing with our avians, right, is that they're half human, half bird, but they're not always going to be the same.
Amount of bird to human ratio.
Right, right. So this Raven Blade, it's like a human type humanoid body, a bipedal, which is like two legs, right? They stand up and walk around, but it has like feathers over its body and like a raven type humanoid head. So like it has a beak, it has like feathers over its like head, and it has like two like feathers that kind of like stick out like spikes, kind of like on the
It's like
top.
an owl. It's like a barn owl.
Yeah, it looks like a
Oh,
great
horned
horned
owl.
owl.
Yeah.
Yeah, those little tufts
And he has a
feathers.
katana on his back.
And he's crossing his arms. He's like this with. It looks super cool. It's like kind of like cyberpunk, like urban ninja.
Yeah, he
It's got
looks
like
like he's like been like running like all his life.
running, like on the run, or like a runner. He's a track star.
Like he's been like a runaway.
A runaway.
Like he's been like always like scavenging for his like to survive.
Okay, you mean he's like in the streets?
Mm-hmm. Like he's probably from like Umbriel.
Ooh,
So
that's
like
cool.
that's what I like with this. I like how we start the basis and we can make it whatever we would want it to be.
Right.
And like
So
it's
that
not
was
always
one.
gonna be like that. It's just that I have 5 guys that we could start with if we really want to. I think this could be a good start.
Yeah,
But
I
I
see
know
what
you
you're
want to create
saying.
something sicker, don't you?
I definitely want to create something sicker because we have these first designs right here, and like we didn't have the clans in mind, we didn't have the regions in mind, we didn't have the classes in mind. But all of these 5 are like ninja classes. Like there's some sort of assassin class.
They don't have to be
Well, what else could this guy be besides like an assassin, like a rogue or something?
Rogue or Shadow Blade. The next
Oh, that.
guy,
Mm.
that guy could be a berserker.
You think this guy? This guy doesn't look like a berserker.
What does he look like?
He looks like a shadow blade or a rogue too.
Okay.
All these. Okay, so this guy. This is the Sparrow Strike.
Mm-hmm.
So this guy, his color scheme. So okay, the Raven Blade color scheme was like kind of like dark, like blues and purples. But this Sparrow Strike is kind of like earthy, brownish, kind of like orange and red a little bit, kind of like muted tones, little like lighter shades, or like they're like not very vibrant. They're kind of muted. Okay, and so this is definitely more of a human. This is not really too much avian aspects. Besides, he has these like feather shoulder pad things that look super cool. He has massive forearms and biceps with like bicep bands, just like sick. And he's kind of like in this like robe, like a sleeveless robe cloak thing
He reminds me of like
with like a.
Scorpion.
He looks like Scorpion because he has some like a little mask kind of covering the bottom of his face and his nose, and then he has like a hood on, and his eyes are like glowing orange, and he has like white hair that's kind of like down in front of his hood a little bit, kind of like
Mm-hmm.
this. And so it looks sick. This guy's super cool. He looks really like mysterious and like hardcore. And he has a sword on his back of his hip, kind of like going across the back of his body, like where his hips and waist are. So okay, you think this guy looks like a berserker? I think he looks too like sneaky. He looks like he's just sneaking around.
Okay. Go to the next guy.
Okay. So this one, which one is this?
This one is Nightingale Ninja.
Nightingale Ninja.
All of them
Okay.
kind of take on a bird.
Yeah, all the names that you created.
Yeah.
So this one, how would you describe this one?
This guy looks like he could be like a. He's wearing like the colors of this was like white, gray, light blue, and like a gray. This guy looks more graceful. He has wings on his back.
Definitely not as jacked as the other two, but he definitely has some. He's wearing kind of like a baggy, like robe with like sleeves that go down to his like his elbow pits, and but the forearms, the ones that are showing, are just like massive, dude. They're just like you can see that they're pretty big.
Like I think this guy could easily pull off like some sort of sorcery.
Oh, magic? You think?
Yeah.
Doesn't look like a magic guy to me. He has a blue scarf around his neck, and he has a mask, like a beak mask. It looks like a mask that has like a beak type thing.
Yeah.
It's like really cool, piercing light blue eyes with a cool, like, almost like a Kakashi Sensei. It's just like a Naruto like headband, but it's like angled downward, kind of like a. I don't know what that would be called. But he has a hood on. He has swords on his back. He has like two, it looks like. But this is the first guy that has wings. But does the Raven Blade have wings? No. So I don't know, dude. I mean, we could eventually just release these all as like assassins. But I don't know, dude.
If I had to choose any to use, I'd use Raven Blade, Sparrow Strike, Phoenix Rising.
That's 4 out of the 5.
That's
That's
three.
3 out of the 5.
I'm sorry I want to use what I made. That took like
No,
6 hours
I
per design.
I get that you did that, dude, and like this is what kind of inspired us to do what we've done.
Go to the next one, bud.
All right, tell us what you see.
That's
Let the
absolutely
master
yoked.
let the master describe his work.
This guy's absolutely yoked. He like has this guy's name is Phoenix Rising. This guy's an absolute berserk animal.
Definitely looks like either a warrior or berserker. This guy. He
He
has
has
no
like a
weapons
straight
on him.
Power Ranger suit on with like cut off sleeves. And then he has a super thick collar and he has a helmet on that's like Hawkman and he has like wings on his helmet and it looks thick.
You can't
And he has
see
like
his
long
eyes.
hair over his collar.
Yeah, he's very intense. He's like looking downward. He's angling his head downward, and this like Hawkman thing is like pointed. The little beak of his Hawkman head thing, the helmet, is like going down in front of his eyes, so you can't see his eyes in this angle. And he's more human. This guy's way more human. He has skin, and his skin is just rippling with
This guy's from
veins.
Ignatia, bro.
That definitely looks like an Ignatia guy for sure.
His color palette is like orange, red, black, yellow.
Yeah. This guy's for sure can be from Ignatia, dude.
Okay, next one.
What was this?
This is Falcon Fury.
Falcon Fury. Okay, so this dude, this one's like the most dynamic pose, I think. This one and Nightingale Ninja, I think, are the coolest poses because everyone else has their arms crossed, like me and you right now.
Right.
This guy, Falcon Fury, he reminds me of Stain from My Hero. This dance season where he's like kind of
Kind of like a
crouched down
Spider-Man
really.
pose.
Yeah, he's crouched down, low to the ground, and he has like an arm in front of his like knees that are kind of like his like crotch is open to the world. I don't know how to describe it more than that. But he's like kind of like hunched over, like his hand in front, like his legs crouched down, like he just like jumped off a building and landed like all sick on the ground.
And this guy's like the most hybrid, I feel like.
What do you mean?
Like he has talons for hands.
His talons on his fingers, so he has like a human hand but talon nails.
He has like bird feathers on his arm or scales.
He has like like a feather pattern on his like human shaped arms.
and then he's wearing like joggers with like straight high tops.
Yeah. You see how long that shoe is on the right?
I know, but I kind of like it.
I mean, it makes sense if he has like bird feet.
And I don't know if I wanted to like keep the background like of those like wing stuff happening. Doesn't really I don't really know what's happening.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. His face is like a bird, right? So he has a beak. He has an actual beak. And then he has these cool like eyebrow type wing feather things that come off of his like brow, like up, and he has a cool like white feather like collar around his neck. That looks pretty cool with like a red cape that's like flowing in this wind as he jumps down. This one is really cool. I do like this one. But I'm trying to figure out, okay, so like this is this the style, like the drawing style that we want to be having? Like I think these look really cool. Like I like the style of all of them, honestly. This one's the most like different, I think. Like it looks more like sketched versus like these look like rendered, you
Really?
know? I think so. I mean, this one looks a little bit like more liney. Like if you look like these are little lines, and
Oh, I think what
I
you're
like the
saying.
I like the way he looks, dude. He looks super cool, but I'm trying to figure out the style so we can get consistent anime styles. So okay, right now, how would you classify like what this episode is about?
Choosing our first drop.
So you think, okay, so we're going into the first drop right now. And so me and Lauren, we went through and basically designed like the lore and the backstory for the first like 5 Avians. And like when we were like we had free time. I thought, bud, that we already decided. Is this our first fight on air? But even before we do the first drop, dude, I think there's still a little bit of background information we got to figure out.
Maybe we shouldn't call it first drop. Thoughts.
I know. So guys, before we got on the call, me and Fletch were talking about this. I was on the way home from the store tonight, and we saw a billboard for Planet Anime Expo in Kansas City coming up in a couple weeks, and like all like a bunch of famous voice actors and actresses are coming and like are gonna be there. Like the voice actor for Naruto, All Might, Sasuke, Ben 10, Zenitsu, like all these people are gonna be here. And I was like talking to Fletch about it, and that kind of sparked the idea. Like, dang, dude, I wish we had some stuff that we could like bring and show off there, and like tell people to like follow us and stuff. So I think it's getting us a little excited, bud, to kind of jump the gun a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Well, we gotta remember that our website isn't even juiced up.
Before we do the website, dude, we have to come up with designs, don't we? Or I guess we could do like a website that's like coming soon. You know, like have some like the colors on there and the new logo and stuff. Once we get that, but we just don't have anything to sell yet. You know.
And that's fine.
I think once I get the actual logo, I guess we can just start working on the website before I even get the actual logo. But I think the way we've been working on things is like one thing at a time, and that's kind of helped me to like focus on one thing at a time.
I like that too.
Because we're consistently getting things done, like color scheme, word, logo, like that was big stuff. So what I think might be helpful for us to talk about, and I already lost. Let me pull up the thing again over here. Shoot, there's a stopwatch. So I think it would be helpful for us to talk about the the way that we want to do drops, because some of the things we've talked about in the past are like we like the evolving, we like the different levels of people like the different stages of somebody's like strength. And I don't know if we want to incorporate like for one avian, right? So from somebody from Umbriel, who is a Shadow Blade, we release that avian, but we release them and they have three forms, like three stages of their power or something like that. And like it's like Pokemon where there's like evolutions. Like some might have like only one stage and they just like we pop them out and they're like God mode, or some might have like lore where they like have to like kind of like get to the point where they're like super broken, super OP. You know, I don't know what we want to do because one aspect of this is like we could just release our first. We could come up with our first drop without getting that deep into like the lore and like the planning aspect. Like if we just come up with some designs and come up with some avians that are from certain clans and certain regions and certain classes, eventually in the future we could release kind of like Pokemon does when there's a new Pokemon that comes out that's a pre-evolution to a Pokemon that already exists. Like we could come out with like the pre-evolved form of these avians later and like another evolved form after that. I'm not sure what we want to do.
I think I like the
Yeah,
idea of having three different evolutions because I think remix on MJ would allow us to do that. Like if we were on this guy, if we were on Sparrow Strike, and this is like his base form. Imagine we remixed his sword, and then he has like three swords on his back, like on his hip, and then on his shoulder blades there are like three layers, as if he's like a commander now. And then
because
his
yeah, like
hood is remixed, and then he's wearing like a full-on blood moon mask, and it's not half covered, and like on his arms remixed where it's like bionicle or something. It's like he like lost it.
yeah, I mean, I guess that's one aspect. I didn't think about it like that. I was thinking like maybe like age, like we release like the young version of him where he's like kind of not as thick and not as strong, but he like kind of has like the minimal skills that he has now. And then like we release this version and then like the cool like ascended version where they're even sicker.
I don't know if I like
Because
the young stuff.
well, think about it this way, because if we release three evolutions of one avian, we have to make each evolution unique and cool in its own way. And so like with the lore and the stories that go along with it, like we might make the stories for the first evolution like super cool and like make it like resonate with people, and they might want to get that evolution, but it might be him like younger or like them
Oh, so he's like
younger.
kind of weak
That's what I'm saying is like
before like he trains or something.
the first evolution, dude, of Pokemon, at least. Like I love Pokemon, you guys know that. The first evolution is always the weakest, dude,
And
usually.
it's like
I mean,
pretty much like the
yeah,
cutest.
exactly. It's always cuter, and then the middle one's kind of like cool, and then the last one's like sick. But we would try to do it a little differently, where a lot of people, I don't know any people that really love the second evolution of people that much. But we would have the second evolution would be like the regular form, like this guy. And then the third one would be like crazy, like beyond power, or like in their ultra mode or something.
You're utilizing their special ability or something.
Yeah.
But
Okay. Yeah.
I think I'm with you with the fact that anytime you release an avian, it should come with a a nice lore explaining like where they came from, where they grew up, and what path they're going to take as like a class.
Yeah, like how they got there, like what's influenced them, and like their
Maybe they don't even have
training.
a class yet, and we just have them their first form is just them as a like a human slash bird guy in their region.
what would make people want to buy that though? You know, like
It might be
I
more
think
like it might be more friendly.
I think hmm, I see what you're saying
And
though.
they take on that class because they start training, or like they get that certain age where they like start taking on that class. Like maybe a certain age in the world that they kind of take on a class.
I feel like people are gonna want the class to be on the first evolution. I feel like that's how it would be because would they even know what the class would end up being but when we release the first one? Because that's
I
the
don't
thing
know.
is like people are like ooh like I hope it's like in a Shadow Blade and like turns out to be a cleric and like
But no, I think you're right. I think that's too suspenseful. But I think whenever you have a character that has a ton of backstory, someone you're gonna relate to, someone that like definitely grinded to get to where they're at, had a hard life, if like we wanted them to, like, or it could be someone who's like born in a rich household or rich clan.
yeah.
But I think we have to like back up with whatever people we design, like have a super awesome thing. Because I was talking to my friends, and they're like, "Dude, like I love reading that stuff. Like in games, like I love like whenever they have so much detail backing up what type of stuff I'm playing."
It immerses you in it, you know?
So that's what we should do. I think I think our next step is to work on the website, dude, and the logo.
So you think we should work on the website and the logo before we have stuff to put on the website? I mean, we have the word logo, we have the color scheme. I just got to finish this icon logo, or at least get some drafts out there for people to look at. Okay, so we kind of just chill out on the how we want to do the drops and like the evolution stuff until we
It's
figure
nice
out
to
that
talk
stuff.
about for sure and spitball. But I think once we actually start changing everything, dude, like our whole entire website, like and get the new logo out, because um I kind of like how that logo looks like before we started like getting like more um simple. Like
I like it. I
what if
like the detail.
what you say?
I like the detail too.
What if we just use that as our logo and we always just change the colors of that to fit the Avian clan?
Because we can't embroider that, dude. We need to have it simple for like the embroidery and things like that. Because okay, if you look at other companies' logos, they have logos that have like the detail, and then they have like the minimal logos that's just like one color, like black, and then they also have. I think that's like the things they have. It's gonna come in handy though, I promise. I need to figure out though. I mean, are there things we want to tweak on this at all? This logo? Because right now, guys, we're working on this logo, so I think we talked about this like dragon head thing that we liked the shape and the look of, but then we like edited it to be like a bird head with like a feather, and it looks really cool, I think. But I just don't like the coloring. The coloring needs to change. I mean, I like the coloring, but I think it needs to change to be more like or brand specific. You know?
Are you on it right now?
Yeah. Can you see?
No, I only see OneDrive.
Shoot. Let me show you. Here you go.
So yeah, I think we're on the right path here. I think if we're able to grab that first layer of feathers and that other second of feathers, bud, and we just make that simple, but we still have the features.
Because right now I tried to do like just the outline part, and like it looks silly, but the things that make it look cool is when it like these feathers go like inward to the head, and like these little like eyebrow things. Like it gives it depth, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So I need to fix that somehow.
Are we able to grab that and just make it black?
That's what I tried to do down here. Like I was trying really hard to like.
Ooh,
What is that good?
I like that a lot.
Shoot. Yeah, I need to figure out how to just like grab this thing and make it just like super easy to like edit stuff. Cause like when I edit it, dude, like it made it into a million different colors. Like that, whenever we used to do that camo thing.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. When you like
Yeah,
vectorize it
yeah, it's just
or
so
ungroup
tough.
it.
I'll have to work on it some more. But I think this, like, dude, looks so cool. But I'm a little sussed out by this neck
Maybe we
piece
make our
though.
own neck. Make it a little
Should
thicker
should there even be a neck?
and just have it kind of curl up that feather, that wing.
Yeah, just
Or no, have more of that fur curved down. That feather's curved down.
okay, yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
So then it's kind of like a half crescent moon into the head of the bird.
Right.
And then we always just change the colors according to the clan. Like if it's like ice, dude, like blue and black or what, blue and white.
I just post this picture and say what people think of it. Just like, can you hear me?
Yeah, like it, like your mouth didn't move, but I heard you.
Gotcha. I said, do you think we should just like post this picture and see what people think of that, just that idea of this logo?
I think we should. 'Cause I think we're getting some positive feedback.
Well, it just looks so cool.
Well, dude, see if you can put Avian like near it, or like you know what I'm saying, like the name.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna mess around with it a little bit.
Because dude, like, and then we'll post that and say like logo like getting ironed in, ironed out.
Logo idea, yeah. It just looks so crazy, dude. It looks so
Like it's
sick.
like that's exactly what we want though. It's like fantasy bird, and it's like it just looks sick.
Yeah. All right, dude. I had to ask this question though. Does it look too much like an esports team logo?
Nah,
Okay, because that style is how a lot of esports team logos look.
I know what you're
Like
talking about.
you do. Like they have that like, but they look so cool, dude. Like that style
It's
of
kind of just like
drawing,
color. It's like kind of like shadows and highlight, and then like highlighted.
dude. That was cool.
Like, dude, if that's an avian with that bird thing on top, like, dude, I'm chilling. You know,
Yeah.
like, dude, even if it is an esports team, like esports esque, like look, like, dude,
Yeah.
that looks sick. Like, that would easily take on like the look that we're kind of going for our world. It's kind of like Digimon.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. Okay. I say we call it for tonight, dude. I say, do we make any progress? Did we like do anything? Do you feel like we got anything done?
Yeah,
I
I
mean, did
think
we
we know
record
what
that?
we're doing when we're dropping stuff. And
You think we do know? We think we figured that out?
yeah, I think we're gonna have like a big, massive background and lore and have it like kind of start from the bottom, and we can like really go in depth with what we want to that first evolution to have. Because well, three evolutions make sense.
You think so? So like,
It'll show their region, their class, and like their name, specific name, and like they'll kind of be like a normal evolution.
what do we call like the different levels of forms? Like we have to like say, all right, guys, here comes Avian number 1 in his blank form. Base form, or like should that be the middle form, the base form, or like
I think we gotta come up with like cool words.
okay, we'll have to talk to our friend chat and see what we got.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I say we take a chill, take a pause for the
But dude,
cause tonight.
I think our next one's gonna be work on the website.
You think so?
I think so. I think we're really gonna be
Sheesh.
happy about that.
Okay.
I think next thing, like, you'll be working on the logo, I'll be like working on the website or something.
In the next video.
If you already don't have the logo like ironed out,
Shoot. All right.
because dude, then that's when I started coming together.
I know, dude. I'm extra hyped. All right, dude.
All right,
I
but
think that's good.
and dude, we already have our like color scheme already in our website, but we'll have to revisit it.
Yeah. We'll have to go kind of hard in the theme because our theme is already sick. We just gotta change it.
Right.
Okay.
All
All
right,
right,
but
dude.
good stuff tonight. That was actually really good.
It's good to talk about that stuff. I know, even though we didn't get like physically anything done. Like, it's good to talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
I'll throw this picture up on there because I didn't post anything today, and see what they say, what the fans say.
Yeah. Maybe like make it transparent, just have it without the black background, and throw it on like Avian, like up below it or above it, and put like a highlight around, just like an esports team would.
Let me see if I can change the colors too to be more like our colors.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, but that's me stick.
All right, dude. Good stuff. You.
All right. Love you.
You. Bye,
Bye,
bud.
bud.